is Dan Dix reporting for Press for Truth. We're here in Quebec, and you were just inside at the funeral on the inside. Can you tell us what was the sense in there? What was going on the inside there?
Actually, before 1 o'clock, there was supposed to. There is actually right now a prayer, and there were a funeral, the whole funeral procedure for the Muslim religion. And of course, I thought that would be interesting to get to know the whole speech, but unfortunately the whole speech was in Arabic, and so there was no paper telling us what will be the schedule today. There was no paper of the translation of that speech, and that, I think that would be very good. That would have been very, very good for integration between the two sides, as we spoke. We speak as for 1 week. We say there's two sides, so I think it's interesting not just to come at 1 o'clock for the Prime Minister to speech, but before that, I think it's much more interesting to get to know all the funeral procedure. But unfortunately, we understood nothing.
So you came in solidarity to show support, but weren't able to listen at all because it was in Arabic.
Exactly. I came because I like humankind. I think the humanity needs to make some link together, and but unfortunately I could not understand anything. So I found that was very bad beginning, so I left.
What do you think needs to be done to bridge that gap between people who do not understand and want to have more
Interaction?
Yes.
Actually, I find this city, I am not from here. I'm from more the north, and I live in Montreal, and I live also in China and Europe for many years. And I don't want to speak about China, that's another story, but I find here people are very narrow-minded, and I find people are not interested. It's not about tolerance, and even the word tolerance, I think it's not the right word. The right word is interest. It's not to tolerate your neighbor, it's to be interested, curious, or at least to be kind. And as any government in cities, often very narrow-minded people that create that city. Everybody works for the government, and they don't want to be disturbed by anybody. It could be Jewish citizen, citizen with the Jewish religion or Muslim. It's not integrated here. People don't like any other ethnicities. I think it's very narrow-minded city. Yeah. So I'm very, very sad what happened. I'm totally against this, but I'm shocked. But somehow I'm not that surprised, because in the bus or in any situation here, often you see discrimination. So. Yeah. I don't find. I'm sorry to say that you're from Vancouver, and I live in other city also in Canada, and Halifax and other Toronto. I don't know if it has to do with the French culture or compared to the English culture, but I didn't see that when I live in Toronto for 3 months and Halifax for some months. Maybe I didn't live there long enough to see what's going on there, because of course there is discrimination there too. But I find, even for me, I'm white, and I'm from Catholic religion. Well, I was. It's not important, but I'm from outside Quebec City. I was not born here. I didn't go to school, and many schools here. There's 22 private schools here, so it's very aristocratic city, and so I don't find it's very difficult if you're an outsider to have friends here. Right. So it's strange. So. It has to do with it's very compact community. They are independent. I think it's good. It's a wake-up call, and I think people must. I think it's a duty. You must integrate with other ethnicity. It's not them have to integrate with us. I think we should integrate them. We should go towards them to make contact, and I think we can learn a lot. Yeah. A good thing. And good values and interesting thoughts. So that's it. I think we don't need murders to wake up. Right. It's totally sad, but what can I say? This happened, so I think we have a duty now to learn from it. Yes. And be more open-minded, not just between the different ethnicities and religion, but also among white people here. If you're an outsider from Quebec City, if your family was not born here, if you're not born here, I think Quebec citizens should be more open-minded.
Okay, thank you very much for talking to us.
I thank you.